Mother, I miss you. What are you up to today? I can't believe it has already been 11 years since I saw you last. They say that even the rivers and mountains change in 10 years, and it has now been 10 years plus 1 since we last saw each other. I remember how you would boil shiregi soup to thaw our hands and brighten our faces on cold winter days when the wind would cut like a knife. You would smile sadly as you told us to eat up in your soft voice. The clothes you were wearing were so thin. In the summer, when the sweltering heat could have fried an egg, you would take a hoe and pull up all the clover and ragweed to add to our food stores without even wiping away the beads of sweat streaming down your face. The memory of your gaunt but swollen frame brings tears to my eyes. Mother, you outlived 2 of your children, your only daughter who died of hunger at 18, and your 29-year-old son who died when we ran out of rice. We never did find his body. In your misery, you tore at your daughter's grave until your fingernails bled profusely. You buried her in your heart, and in just one morning you became an old woman, making us all so sad. When you couldn't even find your youngest son's body, you collapsed while pulling weeds in the field and cried, "I have lived long enough, but please don't you starve too. You must all live." Even now, the memory makes my eyes sting. You are so proud that your 3 sons had graduated from universities in Pyongyang. However, instead of looking after you, we were forced to enlist in the People's Army, and we couldn't visit our beloved hometown for 12, 13, even 15 years. At an age when I should have been receiving all of your love and thinking about my future, I enlisted in the People's Army when I was 17. At that time, my brothers and I felt that a man's glory was to die on the battlefield. For 11 years of military service, my only friends were the setting sun and the rising moon. They watched me struggle to restrain my tears as I thought about you and my childhood home. In 1 year, we could only write 2 letters home. When I would get the occasional letter from you, I would read it by the light of the rising moon, 1 word at a time, reading more, again and again, until my eyes filled with tears and I couldn't read the words anymore, and I called out your name in my mind. I decided that if I was ever discharged from military service, I would cook a warm bowl of rice for you with my own 2 hands and serve you faithfully as a son. I swore this firmly to myself for 11 years, but the harsh times did not grant me this one wish, desire of me and all my siblings. Our father, who had never known anything except for work his entire life, died without a single son by his side. Not one of his 5 sons could comfort him as he passed away from this world. After 12 years in the military, I was allowed to drop by for a brief visit. When you saw me, it had been such a long time that you didn't recognize me and you addressed me as soldier. After 32 years of searching, you would think my tears would dry up and my sadness would fade away by now, but I could still cry a river at all the wounds I have in my heart because of you. Mother. 3 of your sons graduated from universities in Pyongyang, got married and had sons and daughters, but because you didn't have a certificate, you weren't allowed to even take a peek at your sons' Pyongyang houses. Mother, father, we had the bone-deep, involuntary pain of becoming terrible, undutiful sons to you, even though that had never been our intention. How could you have left us without giving us a chance to fulfill our filial responsibilities to you, even once? I heard that a few days ago in Pyongyang, your second son departed from this sorrowful world while calling your name. I remember when you disappeared, he searched day and night for you in tears. He had always been an affectionate person from when he was very young, my second brother. In the end, though, he died without even finding your body and went to join father in the grave. Now, aside from your oldest son living in Pyongyang and your 3rd son here in South Korea, none of your children are left. Your 5 sons and 1 daughter, 6 siblings, have been reduced to just 2. Mother, you must be alive somewhere, right? I just can't believe that you too have passed away. Although we haven't heard from you for 11 years, since the day you collapsed while picking grass, I still search for you day and night in the hope that you might still be alive. I am holding fast to life here in South Korea. If you are still living, I would finally fulfill my duties and responsibilities to you, my dear mother. Mother, in South Korea, even the dogs eat white rice. We have so much meat that we get too full to eat it all. My heart wouldn't ache nearly so much if I knew that you had left this world after enjoying just one proper meal of meat here in South Korea. No, even just one meal of corn rice. At the age of 50, I now have my own healthy son, but you can't even meet or hold him. Oh, mother, do you understand how I feel? Would you please just send me a little news? On Reunification Day, I will share in the joy of our nation. I will dutifully serve you, my mother, as I was never able to do when you were living. Even if you have passed away, I hope that you will accept my gratitude. I look forward to the day when I can embrace you warmly in my arms, my poor mother, and look after you devotedly and wholeheartedly. Not a day goes by when you are not in my thoughts and dreams. Respectfully, Saejowi, your third son.